everybody, it's Rose Smith here from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me today. I'm here with the gorgeous Gemini March 2022 horoscope. There's some good news this month in that there are no retrograding planets, there are no eclipses, and there are no major aspect patterns in your chart for this month. So it's a quieter month with regard to sort of turbulence, although it could be quite a busy month, dear Gemini, because your ruling planet Mercury is quite busy jumping from house to house this month. If you're in the western part of the US, that is those people on Pacific Standard Time, or perhaps in certain areas of Mountain Time, you're going to have a very unusual sort of thing happen. It only happens every 26 months or 29 months or something like that, and that is that you have a second new moon in your chart known as a black moon on the 31st. Okay, it's really purely only of interest, not really astrologically significant, because everybody gets the second new moon, but it's actually not second, it's actually the first moon of April. Okay, so because of time differences, basically, that's why it happens. So I'll just briefly explain too how I operate. I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you. We'll have a look at your horoscope in depth, and then I'll do a psychic channeling at the end, so stick around for that. Okay, let's go to the board now and see what is going on. And if you're new, subscribe and be alive, and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, so let's have a look at these 2 cards, and we'll see what comes out for you, gorgeous Geminis. I've actually already shuffled them, but this is just a light shuffle. Okay, we'll go with that one on top. I get the sensation of cars, vehicles. Even though Mercury is not retrograde, it's gone direct now. Something about car maintenance, repairs, that sort of thing. So if you're thinking, you know, go and get a new battery or check your tyres or something like that, I think it would be a great time to do it. The card that comes up is the Ace of Swords. This is all about new ideas. It's like a gift, like a brilliant flash of insight is being given to you about a situation. And it could be the start of something major or minor, but something significant. There are a few issues, of course, as there are with everything. You can see this mountain range in the back here. Mountains are challenges, things that, you know, are there to be overcome. But there's also new life. So new life comes to you as a result. And butterflies, they go through the cocoon stage and then they emerge, you know, and something beautiful is born. The crown chakra, of course, is the crown is relating to the crown chakra, and this is about you opening up your crown chakra so you can receive the energy. And the sword is deciding, making a decision for a fresh new start. All right, so bear that in mind. That could be the first half of the month if you want to think in terms of time. Now the second half of the month, or otherwise just take these 2 cards together. If you don't want to think in terms of time, I'll do that one underneath. Okay, closing my eyes. Across, yeah, so when I see a cross, this is on a piece of aqua coloured ribbon. A cross is a sacrifice. Your time, your energy, your effort needs to be put into something, okay? And only you can decide if it's worth it. This is a cross on aqua ribbon you wear around your neck, and so there is a fair bit of thinking, but also it's important to listen to your intuition as well. Aqua is a combination of blue and green, of course, and in green is blue and yellow. So solar plexus energy, the energy of the heart meets the energy of the throat. Okay, so that sort of energy to achieve and succeed at something you love, which is to do with the heart, and then expressing that in some sort of way, whether that be verbally, in writing, in art, or, you know, however you express yourself through the throat. Okay, so there could be an issue in dealing with this, because this is the Eight of Swords. And this says that there's some sort of limitation or a feeling of being restricted in some way. Something is holding you back from doing what you would love to do, and it's holding you back from expressing your true reality. Now, you may not, it might be that you don't even know, you may not know in yourself what your true reality is, what your direction in life is supposed to be. So this month you may become more aware of what the limitation actually is. So when you view it from that point of view, even though this card doesn't look it doesn't look that pleasant, but when you view it from that aspect, you can see that it's a very beneficial card, because it's going to point you in the exact direction of what you need to do to come to terms with limitation. You're going to become more aware of the limitation. You know, many times the limitations are in our thinking. We can say, oh yeah, there's this problem on the outside, I don't have enough money, or I don't live in the right area, or I don't live in the right country, or whatever. And yes, they might be all valid reasons. However, the energy goes back to your thinking. What can you do to make the best of the situation that you're currently in? Okay, so bear that in mind. Okay, you'll see here there's a lot of planets going on right at the top of the chart. So your life is more public in some way. Do be careful sharing online. You don't overshare, because with this, people will pick things up, and you may not even be aware of what you've said in some innocent comment online. I find this all the time. Your ruler Mercury is very busy flitting from house to house, so starting off here in the 9th into the 10th and into the 11th, so into 3 houses. So it's having a very busy time this month. Also, I did mention about the 2 new moons if you're in the western part of the US. Okay, let's have a look at your chart in depth. Okay, from the 28th of February to the 2nd of March, Mars conjuncts Mars. Okay, so this gives you a lot of energy for ambition and independence. You probably want to strike out on your own now, and you're likely to have more energy than usual, and you could be feeling a little bit more brave or courageous than you normally do. And it's a good time for channeling your excess energy into work, or maybe go for a walk in the morning to take the edge off the energy. Do be careful of accidents, impatience and irritability. 28th of February to the 2nd of March, Venus conjuncts Venus. This is great because it gives you a strong desire for love and companionship now, and you could meet somebody special, whether it's a friendship or a romance, remains to be seen, but it's somebody new coming into your life that could work out quite beneficial. Or if you are already in an established relationship, that could be rejuvenated in some way. If there's someone you wanted to reach out to and you just haven't done it for whatever reason, you might be feeling more bold now. It could be the start of something beautiful, and it's important that you're surrounded by beauty, harmony, and in a very pleasant sort of environment with polite people. Your creativity, your artistic and musical inclinations could be also highlighted. Then we have 28th of February to the 2nd of March. So this is how you're starting your month off, and there's already a lot of aspects here, and I've actually culled them down. There was a lot more than this when I looked at this. But your ruler Mercury is conjuncting Mercury, so this is a time for you expressing yourself. Now, this goes back to this card. It's like your spirit is asking you to express yourself, but there's some lack of confidence or maybe lack of self-esteem, something holding you back that you need to look at. Okay, and so with this influence here, you could be quite sharp and clear in your mind, and there's a lot of ideas going on. Your mind is like a machine constantly turning over brilliant ideas. and new concepts seem to come to you and you understand them quite readily. Your intellectual curiosity is also piqued, and it's a good time for making plans and strategies. The 2nd of March sees a new moon in your 10th house up here. So it's moving from the 9th on the 1st into the 10th. Moon travels around very fast. Okay, so this is highlighting your career, your long-range goals and your general life direction. There's some sort of new beginnings here. And if you're not interested in working, or you're not working, you don't feel you have a career, then it could relate to your public image and also your reputation. So then we go back to what I said before: be careful what you put online. Whatever you do tends to be more open and more available for the world to see. People see more of the personal side of your life, whether you want them to or not. 28th to the 2nd of March again, Sun sextiles Uranus. This could be quite positive for you, but it's very unpredictable, and it could be something happens like a bolt of lightning out of the blue, and it might actually be a beneficial kind of energy that comes in. So it's important that you follow your intuition, okay? Don't just do what you think is logical. It's also got something to do with time. You could find things, you know, you need to watch your time management under this influence, because things are speeding by very quickly. So to sum up, it's an unpredictable but interesting time. And again, 28th of February to the 3rd of March, Venus conjuncts Mars, giving you a lot of amorous desire and quite strong romantic feelings about somebody. And even if you don't have anybody, you know, romantically in your life, it still improves your friendships and your relationships overall. So there's lots of feelings of warmth and affection at the moment, and you just want to, it's like under this influence, you just want to have harmony and peace. 1st of March to the 4th of March, Mars conjuncts Pluto. And this can be something when you get a bit obsessive, you know, like when you're cleaning or something and you just want to get it done and you just get your mind on that. And it could be in your life that you want to overhaul some particular part of your life, you know, and let's have a look where Pluto is. There it is here in the 8th house. So this could be to do with shared resources, you know, something you share with somebody else, or even perhaps your intimate life. But it's like you get an idea about it and it's just sort of stuck in your head, basically. So sometimes under this influence, you're not even sure why you're doing what you're doing. Do watch for power struggles, however. 4th of March to the 7th of March, Venus trines your ascendant, and this is great because you want to make your environment more beautiful and comfortable, and you could improve your personal appearance in some way. Maybe you buy new clothes, get a new hairdo, new makeup, that sort of thing. And there could be some social gatherings which could end up being very positive. 4th of March to the 5th of April, Venus moves into your 9th house up here. Okay, so moves up here. The 9th house is what we call a house of the higher mind. And with Venus moving there, you could be attracted to foreign cultures, foreign art or music, and people that are quite different to the sort of people you normally associate with. The exotic and unknown have much more appeal to you. It's a great time for a vacation, particularly if you can travel to somewhere that you've never been before. You could also be sharing your spiritual, religious or philosophical ideas with other people, and that will open up a whole new dimension to your relationship. And you might be interested in studying something that Venus looks after. Venus also looks after money, so you could be looking at your money with a view to expanding your life through growing your money, or maybe a beauty course or a fashion course or something like that. Okay, it might just be on your mind. Then we have Mars trining the ascendant from the 4th to the 7th, and you're feeling more vital, more bold, more confident, and you don't really need to consult with other people because you're trusting your own, you've got the confidence to trust yourself, basically. You mightn't have had the courage to make some decisions before, and now you do. And it's likely that your health and vitality are quite good. Then from the 4th of March to the 14th of April, Mars moves into your 9th house up here. And this gives you a lot of get up and go, vim and vigour to expand your life. You could fight for a cause you believe in. You have strong convictions. But you may also encounter other people who don't believe the same as you, and so, there could be some sort of debate or something happens there. You have this strong desire for action. You want to get on and do stuff. And physically as well, of course, don't do anything that's physically risky, of course. 9th of March, I'll go back to that, only because Mars gives you like extra confidence and belief in yourself, but you may not see if there's any sort of danger, so just be sort of cautious with that. Okay, so 9th of March to the 26th of March, your ruler Mercury moves into the 10th house here, so it's going basically from the 9th to the 10th to the 11th. So in the 10th house, this is more about your direction in life, your career, your vocation, and also your reputation. So, there could be career planning strategies, or you're thinking about ways to, turn your life into a direction that you're happy with, turn your dreams into realities. And it's a great time to communicate with other people that are in a position of power or authority, because they can help you achieve your aspirations in some way. 18th of March sees a full moon in your 5th house here, and although with the full moon it can be sometimes turbulent, here in the 5th house you're likely to come out of your shell and speak up, expressing your real desires, and you could openly express your care and feelings for other people. You're probably more playful, fun-loving or dramatic, and you could enjoy sports, games and creative activities. The 19th of March to the 19th of April sees the sun go into your 11th house here. I've just shoved it in there. Of course it would go in there, but it doesn't fit, so I've put it there. And this brings your attention to your groups, your connections, your friendships, and you might find now that you're having more to do with other people in groups. It's also your hopes and dreams, become more, a focus of your life, like how do you change things so that you can actually fulfill your hopes and dreams as well as socialise. You could be part of a team or a group effort now, or be part of the community, and you're probably building your social network as well. And added to that, your ruler Mercury also goes into this house on the 25th to the 10th of April, so there's a lot of discussion, a lot of ideas, and you'll be able to contribute in some way. It's quite important because Mercury is your ruler, so these ideas and these discussions are going to be quite the focus for the month. 29th of March to the 1st of April, Sun conjuncts Chiron. Okay, so this is great. It's only for 2 days, which I wouldn't normally put in, but because it is, so beneficial, I thought I'll put it in. And it's about inner growth. It's about healing, and it brings balance and resolution to some area of your life that's probably been out of balance regarding your personal relationships. You can look at a situation from a different perspective now. Whatever happened in the past that hurt or scarred you, perhaps, can be healed. There might be some sort of emotional encounter which sort of smooths the way for the future. And what happens with this is your individuality is actually heightened, and you're more likely to be able to go the direction in life that you want to go. This gives you more confidence, and it's sort of a prerequisite for success, so it's important. And on the 31st of March, new moon in your 11th house of groups and connections, depending on your location. If you're in the western part of the US, say Seattle or Los Angeles, you will get this on the 31st. If you're in Phoenix, Arizona as well. But if you're east of there, then you'll get it on the 1st of April. And it gives you the need for contact with the community, contact with people who are on the same page as you. You really need supportive other people around you who are supportive at the moment, okay? Cultural events and socialising is quite likely. Okay, I should have made that bigger so you could see it. But I actually feel pretty positive for you, gorgeous Geminis, even though that doesn't look great, the Eight of Wands. It's like the limitation that was there can be lifted. And that's why Chiron's important, because I feel like it's probably something that comes from your childhood initially, perhaps. Okay, so just bear those in mind. Now I'm going to close my eyes and see what I can see for you. I'll just leave that up in case you want to have a look while I'm talking. Okay, closing my eyes. Now I can see these doors opening. I want to call them inner doors. Okay, I feel like they could be quite literal in your home. It's like a secret room or a secret passageway or something like that. And these inner doors open up, and it's allowing you to go maybe in a meditative state if you want to do a meditation, and go deep down inside yourself and just ask Spirit what needs to be healed and what needs to be released this month. Now I'm seeing something, I don't know what this is. It looks something medieval. It's got sort of spikes on it. I just don't know what it means. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like a mace, what they call a mace. It's a ball, a heavy lever they used to torture people with. I feel like on some level you've tortured yourself. Yeah, sure, people in the outside world might have hurt you in some way, but you've unconsciously perhaps been torturing yourself with a situation that happened probably a long time ago. And now you can look at that. Now I'm in space, and I'm like in a capsule. They want to say it's a time capsule. Okay, so something from the past that's just sort of held there on a spiritual level, and you can let go of it this month. So I do feel quite excited for you. Sometimes things sit with us, not only from this lifetime, but from previous lifetimes. We may have inherited ancestral memories that have been carried down through our family line, or other times it's our past lives, and we're still carrying that burden from past lives, and it may not be just one past life. So do ask yourself, what past lives have I got where I've been tortured? If you've been a witch, you at some point in your history over the millennia, that energy of being tortured and persecuted could still be there. And so you'll know if, for example, online somebody has a shot at you because you're doing something metaphysical or saying something metaphysical, then you'll know that's probably a pointer that you're still carrying that persecuted energy from perhaps being a witch at one point. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been a witch. I've certainly been a witch at least 3 times that I remember, but no doubt there's been a lot more than that. So when you start to remember your past lives, You might not remember them all because obviously there's usually a lot, like thousands and thousands, and so you may just remember one, but one past life can actually be an indicator for many past lives. That's a video in itself. I must tell you all about the time I went to Egypt and the dreams and actually nightmares I had in Egypt. Okay, so that's it, everybody. I hope this is useful for you. Please let me know in the comments, and if you're new, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell. I would really appreciate that. Give it a like or a share on your socials. That would be fantastic too. Have a wonderful month, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.